stay conservative, run the ball here on third down.
Here's Richardson. He takes it in for his first NFL touchdown. And Pittman takes it inside the 20, the 10, towards the end zone. Touchdown on 2nd and 28. The Colts capitalize. Richardson to Pittman, 39 yards.
Good evening, everybody. We are kicking with the crew. What's up? Hope everybody's doing good and having a good weekend so far. So it is myself, Zach, Damon, and Trev. We are here. So pretty much we're gonna be talking about a bunch of things tonight. Just going over a little bit. Ballard had his presser, his weekly or his yearly draft presser. We got a little bit of conversation going on there, and then we'll get to the big show for everybody. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a 32 first round mock draft. So hopefully everybody's interested in that. But how you boys doing tonight and this weekend so far?
Not
Good,
too bad.
Got a damn thunderstorm wreaking havoc outside, but other than that, I think I'm all right.
I'm dealing with it too. Trev.
Trying to
both y'all boys got storms, huh? Jeez.
Hey, it's pretty here in the Caitlin Clark state, man. It's real pretty. The state of Caitlin Clark as of this week, man. It's real nice. I can't complain.
I was listening to Pat McAfee talk about it. He's like the big three of Indy stars now. You got Anthony Richardson, Tyrese Halliburton, and then Caitlin Clark.
I mean, don't forget,
sports.
We still got Paul Skeens here too. He gets no love because he plays for the minor league Indians, but he's Mr.
He ain't gonna be there long though.
No, man. Every time he pitches, they sell for that day. Those tickets sell out quick. So.
Paul Skeens, is that Cleveland or not? Not Cleveland.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. An Indians minor league team. So, but he's gonna be in Pittsburgh by the end of the year, man. They got to.
For sure. We got Keo in the comments. What's up, Keo? What up, Nathan? Like Ballard said, he won't go corner at 15.
Sure didn't feel like
have
in
some
that press
conversations
conference
about that. And Keo's also saying I've been screaming in the Colts and fan groups. Ballard like our cornerbacks. We aren't getting one. Now they are going offensive with the first round pick. And that was Pirates, Nathan said. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into that real quick, man. So we had this Ballard press conference, and obviously me and Zach were talking about it in the chat. We kind of saw it differently on what he was saying. But why don't you go ahead, Damon? I know you're chomping at the bit a little bit to talk about this one, but go ahead and start us off. How we feeling about the Chris Ballard draft presser, and what do you think will be our first round pick?
Same chicken, different seasoning. You know what I mean? Just a new year is what it feels like. But no, I think this is just going to be a very Ballard draft from what I heard. What Keo's saying here, though, I completely agree. I do feel like he's going to go offense. He mentioned multiple times that he likes the group. They've got older; they're not rookies anymore. And he referenced to a lot of points, I think, within the offense. So I see a pretty Ballard draft coming up. I don't think it's going to be anything different, but I think he's going to continue to build the trenches. He mentioned O-line depth, the defensive line depth a couple times, both on Rich Eisen's show and in the Colts press conference. So,
yeah. All right, Trev, where you feeling on it? How you feel about the pressure?
I mean, we've heard from Ballard the whole, we like the guys we have just as much as we heard Reich say get 1% better, or Pagano talk about John Wood, right? Like. It's the slogan he'll live and die by. But to be fair, I'm not super mad about this one in particular. I prefer to go wide receiver at 15 or whoever's available. But cornerbacks, unless it's Terry and Arnold there at 15, there's not a lot of guys that wouldn't feel like a reach right there. So I'm okay with pushing cornerback to second, even third round and see who's available in that pool.
All right, for sure. Zach, I don't mean you had the conversation, but you want to kind of reiterate where you were at with Chris Ballard presser and what you kind of think, or even if you changed your mind on anything.
When I watched it the first time, I was pretty adamant that I thought that the Colts were trading back just because Ballard hammered home the depth at the offensive positions, specifically O-line and receiver. So I was all like, oh, dude, he's going to trade that 15th pick for more picks. Potentially even a bunch of picks in the second round. Excuse me. I'm getting ready to sneeze.
Allergies bad for me too.
But thinking of it, if we stay at 15, I really only see 3 prospects. Like, if they don't trade up, there's only 3 prospects on my board. And, I mean, once those 3 prospects are gone, which I don't think any of them will be, so that the Colts should have their pick. But once those 3 prospects are gone, then, you know, I think it's a legitimate reality that they would trade out of that pick at 15. I just think that when I first heard it, I was like, damn, man, it's going to be signature Ballard. I'm going to trade back, and end up with a dude like Rocky Sin wasn't bad, but he wasn't Marquez Sweat, you know, or Marquez Sweat, when that's the dude we could have had if we stayed put at whatever pick it was instead of the Commanders coming and getting him. So
you mentioned 3 prospects. I assume one's Brian Thomas. Who are your 3 prospects?
One's Brian Thomas. My second is Jared Verse. So I truly think if Verse is on the board and Brian Thomas is on the board, those are his first 2 picks. And then I truly believe if Terran Arnold, the other
Terrion Arnold,
if he's there at 15, I truly believe, because he's the top corner in the draft, and he's there at 15. Ballard would then be inclined to take him simply because he is the best prospect on the board. And beyond that, yeah, right. And beyond that, if any of those 3 are gone, which I don't believe any will be, but any of those 3 are gone, then I think it's more of a realistic option that Ballard would then trade back.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I kind of just, from what I got from the presser, is pretty much what we all know. You know, we hear the same repetitive thing from Ballard. It never really changes too much. But my thing is, what I got from it is just that it confirms what everybody thought. There's a lot of talent in this draft. Ballard said that there was 19 to 21 first round grades that they gave in this draft. I'm surprised he even honestly said that, as far as even giving out that number, to be honest. But I feel like where he said that the offensive talent was in this draft, that we were going to see a huge run on it. And obviously you get the quarterbacks. There's obviously going to be 3 of those positions. You got some offensive linemen in there, and then start defensively wherever you go. So he pretty much confirmed what I thought about this draft. And I think that this, me personally, as you guys can see my name that I set there at the bottom, I think that we're going to go offense. And a lot of people have sit here and put all the picks that they think may be the pick. And a majority of people have named people who have taken visits with the Colts, or the Colts are rumored to want to get, as far as Bowers or the speculation with the Neighbors trade. I feel like pretty much anybody that has a tie to the Colts is probably going to be the person that we're not really picking. So that's led me to believe, like Zach had named, I think a Jared Verse, a Brian Thomas Jr., who I think is going to be the pick who I want. I know there is some other positions that we can need, but I feel like we got to stop passing on talented receivers. I feel like we have to go just explode. Like I just think it's time to make that pick. But again, like Zach said, a Terrion Arnold. We haven't been really linked to Quinton Mitchell, so I know he's one of the guys in their defensive end. There is Laiatu Latu, who I also think that could be in there, and I wasn't too highly on him just because of medical. I don't want to draft a guy and then a year or 2 later, this dude has to medically retire because of whatever reason. But I do think he's the most talented edge rusher in this draft, is just far as pass rushing wise. So I think that we personally will stand pat unless the guy that we were going to take at 15, whoever Ballard has in mind, is gone. And so I think personally that's where we're at.
I'm not mad with that strategy either, man. I'm totally comfortable with sitting pat. And then, if the couple guys that Ballard has marked as his first round talents aren't there, then maybe you trade back to 20, 21 or whatever and still get a guy that has that grade, but maybe not one of the premier guys, because if they you got to think too, though, like with these conferences and everything, the pressures he does, like this time more than ever, there's so many smoke screens thrown out in the media and so much just like bullshit to mislead teams, or, leave it mysterious what you're actually up to, whatever. Because you got to think there's so many trade discussions going on, all this stuff going on behind closed doors that we won't see until they release those draft videos they do every year. But I'm riding the power with this. I'm not too worried about anything quite yet.
Yeah.
A lot of people are forgetting we have 4 corners and 2 wide receivers, Butterfingers Pierce and 2 Uber drivers. Dear God, single wide receiver. I mean, the hate on Pierce, I can't get behind. I'm rocking with Pierce. I think he's going to be a good player this year. But I do agree. We need more fire. I'm 100% with that.
I mean, here's my take. Because last year the Colts, after going back and looking at last year's draft process and watching those videos, the Colts were pretty honest about wanting Richardson. They just didn't come out and say it. If you read the tea leaves, they pretty much told us Richardson's the guy without saying Anthony Richardson's the guy. Kind of feel like maybe, and this is a big maybe, but do we think that at 15 the Colts would go Xavier Worthy?
I feel like it's a little early.
So I don't think you make the pick there personally. I think if you're going to
Would
pick
you trade down?
Xavier Worthy, or you would trade back
Yeah,
and take Xavier Worthy.
I'm spot on there too.
Just
I
because
don't-
they've
I'm
met
not-
with him like 4 times. They've done so much homework on that dude.
I think more so. My bad, not trying to cut you off, but I'm just saying,
Fine.
as far as many people have also thought that we've done a lot of homework on Xavier Worthy. I think the homework that they're doing on Xavier Worthy is trying to confirm what they already know and to add what they think they know about him, because of the fact that when you make a pick like an Xavier Worthy, you want to know that he's not just a speedster.
Right.
Because if you like where we're at, like he says, the receivers that we need a guy that can possibly challenge Michael Pittman Jr. for that number 1 to take that over. So that's why I think that they do the homework on Xavier Worthy. I think it's just due diligence to either confirm or deny what they know.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the visits too. A lot of people see like, hey, we brought this guy in for XYZ amount of visits, so he's probably the guy we're taking. But a lot of the times, if you already have a lockdown prospect that you're like, this is our guy, you don't really need to schedule a ton of visits for him because you already know what you need to know, right? But you'll schedule these visits for guys you might not be as sure about, or like Mark was saying, you need to clear up some stuff about and get to the core of him as a player. So I think we're definitely interested in Worthy. But I imagine it's the guys that they're not leaking the names of, the guys that we haven't shown interested in, that are probably our number 1 prospects.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Paul is saying here, Colts Wire just had a computer demo of the draft and has Indy going up to 3 for Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't believe Ballard will go that far.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Not at
It'd be
all.
so out of character. It'd be cool, but it'd be so out of character for Ballard.
But at this point, that's exactly the kind of talent we need. So,
Yep.
this is the kind of talent. This is the year. It's time for Ballard to break character. This is where
Not trading up to
change.
3.
I get it, but
that type of talent is what we
being
need.
aggressive is exactly what we need, and being that talent is exact. You want someone to challenge Pittman Jr. Doing moves like that and getting studs like that, whether it's Neighbors, whether it's Junior, but dogs like that is exactly what Ballard needs to do.
Yeah, something to add to that, Damon?
No, I totally agree. Because we get in these big games or we get in these duels and we're out-dueled by people with players like that. And then we get back to the drawing board and we go, oh, well, in this situation, we had X, Y, and Z corners guarding this people, or we had these receivers out here trying to do this, or Michael Pittman Jr. got targeted 21 times in a game. So, no, I'm spot on with Zach here, but that conversation could lead into something that we've argued about on this podcast a lot.
100 times.
It's just not, it's but no, that's the expectation that I would hope in a year like this year with Ballard that we would maybe look into. Not saying trade at 3, right? But being aggressive is what I'm getting to, because if this is truly his last year, which I would say this offseason, I haven't seen a lot of that.
Panic.
Yeah, I don't want to say panic, but I just haven't felt that body language in the front office that this is going to be his last year if he fails. But you would just hope that if that fire is really lit under him, that this would probably be the time to do that. Go out in your will, go out shooting. So this is my opinion.
Yeah, I think like you did say, I don't think that panic is set in at all to show like there's any reason to kind of try and jump too high. I think that it would be, a pretty cool move to see what type of aggression that we are would think to do as far as like Jordan is saying down here at the bottom to trade up for Odunze or our neighbors. I think that would be something that would be pretty extreme and a good thing that we'd like to see. But as far as where I'm looking, I see a guy like Brian Thomas Jr. being at 15, and that's a perfect move that you make just because I don't believe in the capital that you could possibly miss out on would be something that's going to be too detrimental to the team. So like say next year we were to make the playoffs and go on a deeper run, if we trade out of like the 20th spot and trade the next year's pick to move up, then that's something I would more so understand because it's like you're not really adding too much to the back end there. But I totally get where you guys are coming from. I would not be mad at showing that type of aggression to go get a guy that you really think you might want. So I wouldn't be mad at it. One of my guys in the group chat was checking in on Twitter. He believes that we are going to trade back and take Worthy.
Nick and Chuggy.
I'm not sure. I don't think we're gonna trade back there. Keo is saying
an awesome
AD
name,
Mitchell
dog.
has diva tendencies. Chris Ballard moving up 9. Nathan is saying. Antoine.
We did see Ballard talked about if we're within striking distance of a player like that, it could be a possibility to move up. And I kind of have that 9 slot circle too. I don't know why that makes sense.
Yeah,
in my
but that's
head.
Tennessee. Is Ballard really going to swing a trade with the division rival?
We're dependent.
No,
We're also
I think
depending,
Tennessee is at 7.
we're
Yeah,
also
are they?
depending on 4. We're depending on 4 quarterbacks to be taken early. 4 to
You
5.
should know, Zach. That's your
That's maybe more. That's literally that's honestly that's what's going to be. It has to be that. Like the more quarterbacks taken early, the better shot we got at these guys because that'd be crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Pretty much, if you see neighbors get past the Chargers and get past Tennessee, because I think they've got to be
Sell the farm. Sell the farm.
I'm not saying sell the farm, but I'm saying you
Bro,
got to see about.
no-
you got to get on the phone.
zero shot.
I'm
0
offering
shot LA.
2 first-round picks. Easy. He's that good. He's worth that.
Hey,
Like-
you're not going to find a bigger Neighbors fan than me, man. I'd love to go get you guys.
I'm calling
I
the
think
2
all of us
first.
here.
I'm calling 2 first, and then I'll be like, listen, Ballard will name his next born child after you. So, like, just make it happen. And, get it done.
Hey, Keo is saying here, Atlanta game last year was a prime example of why we need a wide receiver help. Without Pittman, we couldn't move the ball.
Facts, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Our host Matt Rudder, he's not able to be on tonight, but he comments at the bottom here. He says, "Was it the lack of wide receiver help in that game, or was it also the lack of competent quarterback play?" Absolutely, Gardner Minshew was a part of that
Did
problem.
he say trade all the picks and bring back PC?
Yeah, I just skipped over that one. I'm not.
Bring
I'm not
Campbell
saying
back. Bring Campbell back.
Didn't even have 100
Trash
yards
ass.
receiving this season, bro.
Yeah,
100
That's because
Yeah.
Daniel Jones. That's because
Oh,
Daniel Jones and
oh,
Danny
dude.
DeVito was playing quarterback. Come on,
100
man.
yards, bro.
He's in Philly, right? He signed with Philly. He's a
Who
wide
knows?
receiver 4 in Philly, I
He's
think.
going to be a Birmingham Stallion here soon.
Yeah, everybody's saying they
Facts.
believe Tennessee is going offensive line. Yeah, I also
Thank
think
you.
that
Thanks,
Tennessee
Chiefs.
is going
Nice.
Joe Alt, I believe, as well. So
But there's no shot that I think LA gets. There's no shot LA doesn't take a receiver, especially with how Johnston panned out last year.
They have to.
They have to.
Allen's
But,
gone. Like,
yeah,
I got them taking a tight end.
I got
really?
You look at him smiling from ear to ear. You already know who they're taking. You already know. You already know who he's talking about.
Really? Thank
You
God.
hope- you
Get that
hope they
dude
take
off the
Bowers.
board.
I
Hey.
will ensure that the Colts
Just-
are beating the Brock Bowers allegation.
Just take Bowers #1, dog, and everything else will work to take itself out.
Nah,
Could you
I wanted
imagine?
to look realistic as possible, but I do think the Chargers will go tight end because of the fact that they got Greg Roman back over there.
Yeah.
You know, John Harbaugh wants to run the ball, get back to that play action game. You're gonna see Justin Herbert look a lot like that 2012, 2013 Colin Kaepernick type season. So I do think that's where they would head. So I think either
Yeah,
that
they already
or
got
they
Jalen
or they
Hurts.
or they trade back to like
Christian
6, 7,
McCaffrey
8,
and Justin
something like that.
Herbert about to be the two best running backs in the league, man. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Are you doing any of that if Malik Neighbors is at the board? I think you just take him at 5 and push the hell on.
K.O. Walker is saying here's a good question. Let's pretend we know these are the two options. Trade up to 9 for Neighbors or stay at 15 and get Thomas Jr. Which are you guys choosing?
I'm trading.
I'm choosing the guy that had 17 touchdowns, that's only been playing football since his junior year in high school, and he has the ceiling of a goddamn mansion. That's what I'm choosing.
Yeah, listen, if these are our options, then we win either way. Like, you can't go wrong with either one of these guys. So I guess the only question would be, how much are we trading to get Neighbors? Because Thomas Jr. might be just as good, even if he's a little bit behind. So
I can't take a might be. I can't take a
I
might
get it. I get it.
I can't.
Facts.
And I hate to say it.
Speak, Damon.
I hate to say this. I hate
what are
to
you
say
doing,
this,
Damon?
but that is what's drawn me away from Brian Thomas Jr. is because every bit of speculation, everything that you have seen has been simply of what he could be. And before y'all cut me off and say, well, didn't we do the same thing with Richardson last year? I get it. I get it. But just with receiver, there's so many good ones in this draft. There's so many good receivers.
Well, he's
It
one
would be
of them.
crushing. It'd be crushing.
All
It'd be
right,
crushing.
Zach, what are you doing with the two options? Trading up and taking
taking
Neighbors at
Neighbors.
9?
Like Brian Thomas, too risky. Neighbors guaranteed day one bet. Like that's just how I look at it. Like Neighbors, you plug and play, produces day one. Brian Thomas Jr., I gotta wait. You know, like I want that. I want that pressure. Like I want to put as much pressure on the rookies to perform as soon as possible. Give me Neighbors over Brian Thomas.
Which Ballard said.
Yeah, I have to disagree with y'all a little bit just because when I say might be, right, I'm not saying he might be a good player. He's going to be a good player. He's going to be a great player. I'm talking might be top 3 in the league. Like, Neighbors should be top 3 in the league. Thomas might be. Like, I think they're that talent. I think they're Chase and Jefferson talent, and you can't go wrong either way. So when you guys talk about, like, risk taking Thomas, I don't see any risk, which is why I say it depends how much we have to trade up to get Neighbors, because I think either way, you're getting a franchise wide receiver.
So I'm gonna go ahead and debunk the whole thing because of the fact that Zach and Damon, both of you guys are saying might be. Every NFL draft pick is a might be.
They all are.
Nobody knows.
You know what we meant by that.
You know what I meant.
No.
They're
You know what we
guaranteed
meant by
dog.
that.
No,
You know what we meant by that.
Neighbors is
No.
guaranteed to be a stud, bro.
No, it's no guarantee.
Just like Harrison
There's
Jr.
No guarantee. What?
I have
what
more
happened-
of a risk about
what happened to-
Rumbadugier
what
than
happened
I
to-
do.
What happened to number 5 overall pick Corey Davis?
Oh, come
Well,
on.
he went to a small school.
It doesn't
Small school
matter.
receivers hardly ever pan out, dog.
It doesn't matter.
Unless
What
you're
happened
Randy
to number
Moss.
4 overall pick Kyle Pitts?
Well, he lost his quarterback, but he's a tight end. Why are we taking a tight end 4th overall?
Kyle Pitts also went for a rack his rookie year. A rack and 10
Yeah,
touchdowns.
he did.
his
He
rookie
did
year.
hit
And then what
1,000
happened?
yards.
And
And
then what happened?
Who was his
Matt
quarterback?
Ryan fell off.
Who was his quarterback?
But he's
Matt
supposed
Ryan
to be
fell
so
off.
good. But if you're supposed to be so good, why aren't you making other players better? So
I mean, I get you.
whole point being,
but at the
I'm
same
just saying
time,
that it's the same. If you guys are making that argument, you guys are supporting the same argument that everybody says we should just trade up and take Marvin Harrison Jr. There's no
do
guarantee that you trade up for this guy and he's going to pan out the way that you want him to.
But wouldn't you
but
be
that's a
more
risk you
confident?
take
have-
with
you could
every
have-
pick. But I'm
that's
far
what
more
I'm saying.
confident.
So,
Right. But I'm far more confident in doing that than I am with taking a gamble on Brian Thomas if I have to pick between the two. Now,
Would you agree
Brian
with that?
Thomas is there.
But would you agree with that, DeMarco? What Zach said?
no, because you're taking a gamble on any pick. So it's not like we're picking in the 20s and say we're trading back and taking a gamble on Xavier Worthy or taking a gamble on A.D. Mitchell. There's a lot of receivers in this draft. You can pick one of the later guys and they turn out to be better. Just like Trev said, the reason that Justin Jefferson slipped to the 2nd round was because how skinny he was. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? You don't sit here and say, I'm going to trade up for the potential of this guy or not go for this guy. That it just like, I'm just saying, if you take the risk of trading up, if that guy does not work, that's even more worse than just staying pat and taking your guy and developing that guy. This is a first round pick we're talking about. So when you guys are talking about a maybe, I don't see Brian Thomas Jr. as a maybe.
Neither one.
This is a win. This is whether
compared
it's
to
weak.
their ceilings. Compared to their ceilings, I
Compared to
absolutely do.
Compared to what ceiling? Brian
Like-
Thomas Jr. is 6'4".
Right, but
He
what I'm
runs a
saying is like
4.3.
who's pro? I get it, bro. What I'm saying is Malik Neighbors is ready day one, like plug and
Why
play
isn't
day
Brian
one
Thomas
starter.
Why isn't Brian
Because
Thomas day one?
I don't. What I'm saying is you can play with Neighbors at X, Y, Z, all three legit positions, and he's going to produce at all three positions. I don't believe that Thomas Jr. is that type of receiver yet. I believe it would take Thomas Jr. that much longer. And if I'm going to trade up, I'm trading up for a more complete player early on to reap the benefits earlier on in their career than I am later. Because I'd rather have my cake and eat it too in that situation if all things are equal. I'm trading up simply because Neighbors is that little bit better.
So you
Just
do
a little bit better.
realize that a majority of Neighbors' production was out of the slot, right?
Absolutely.
So he's coming
Yep.
into the NFL to be in the slot until he
That's why we have
develops
Downs
to
who
move
can
out
play.
of the X.
Excellent, but that's why we have Downs who can play out of the slot and or outside. Same,
But Downs has played primarily slot, which he hasn't moved around a ton. So basically, when you make that move, you're basically saying that Neighbors is coming in to play the exact same position as Downs, and you maybe got to move back. You don't know how that fit's going to work. Brian Thomas Jr., this is plug and play to me because of the fact that he's coming right in to compete with Alec Pierce. And so if you got both of these guys on the outside, you got this guy that's not just running 1,000 go routes a year. He's actually running more route trees. He's a bit more developed than Alec Pierce. I feel like this guy is coming in to play right away as well. Now, to me, I think Brian Thomas is just as good as a lot of other guys. And he produced more touchdowns on this exact same team as Malik Neighbors. So, I mean, I'm just saying, man, I think that it may not be a current setting right now as far as who's going to be that guy. But I don't really like the risk of trading up for, which is also going to be a maybe. You don't know how that guy's going to develop and turn out.
I think we lost Zach there.
I think we lost Zach. Yep, I was about to say that.
Yeah, internet connection.
Damn. But yeah, I mean, just to bring it back to earth a little bit too, like in my mind, and I watched every snap damn near of these guys' career since they came into LSU, right? Like it's really a 1A, 1B situation. I don't see, you can't go wrong either way. They both have skyrocketing ceilings. So if we were in the situation, right, where it's either trade up to 9 or stay pat and get Thomas at 15, again, you cannot go wrong. So if they're asking for 3 first-round picks to move up to 9, then I probably wouldn't, right? Because that's a steep price to pay to get a guy who's every bit as good as each other. If you can get almost the same level of talent at 15. But again, if we're in that situation, dude, we won the draft regardless of what happens. We're ready to roll. Both of these guys are plug and play day one, potential superstars as rookies. Like they are every bit that good.
Oh, there you go. You missed what I said, Zach. Basically,
yeah,
but
I lost internet. My bad.
It's all good. I basically was just saying that I think that I don't think it's much as a development situation as you guys think it would be. I don't mean to get like a whole debate into this situation just because I absolutely love Malik Neighbors. I think he's the next Antonio Brown. So I'm not really mad at it either way. I think Brian Thomas could develop into be a very similar to Justin Jefferson. I don't think his route running is there, but I think he has the speed, the capability, the hands to be that as well. So I think it's a win-win situation. Like Trev said, I think you're taking 1A, 1B. I just was more so putting it into the trade-up factor of it.
Right. I don't disagree. I just say if I have my pick between 1A and 1B, I want Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. Like I'm just willing to take that extra risk I am for Neighbors compared to Brian Thomas. That's all. That's it. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it, bro. You bring either one of them LSU guys.
I
don't
wasn't
think
trying to
anybody
ignore
would
you, but hi, Matt's mom. Damon, did you want to chime in on that one a little bit?
Nope. I'm on point there. I'm on point. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm picking the Colts pick, so
It's all good, man. It's all good. So, yeah, man, I think that's where we're at with it. Keo gave us a good question there, got us into a little debate, so like that one as well. But Nathan is saying here, if we trade back, we could get Kool-Aid out of Alabama. What you think, Damon?
He'll be there in the second.
yeah. What Trev said.
I think he's a late first round pick, but there's other
But
corners later on.
I see him in that 28 to 40 range. You know what I mean? You're gonna have some teams getting aggressive there. You know what I mean?
I don't even have us picking a corner to the third round personally.
Same.
That's just me.
I think in doing these mock drafts that we've done, we've seen there's pretty good cornerbacks that fall to the second and third round, where you can still get a guy that you expect to have a lot of playing time in those rounds. So I'm not upset at that at all. That's what ends up happening.
Right.
Oh yeah, he was just responding to Brad Thomas Jr. saying he would do work on him. Marvin Harrison Jr. We need him and want him. I would love to know the majority of Colts fans' base thoughts on this. Like just take this for example. If Marvin Harrison Sr. was not ever an NFL receiver, didn't play for the Colts, where would you guys actually have him? I would just wish that like I could know that, because I just think this more so of the relation thing.
I mean, it's the name recognition.
Actual player. Yeah.
It's
like
destiny.
Destiny.
It feels like it's destiny. It does. So we don't get this opportunity a lot as Colts fans, but I mean, we've seen plenty of, second generation guys not go to where their, pops was, a Hall of Fame player or Ring of Honor kind of guy. It's kind of natural, it's not very realistic that, that type of stuff happens. I mean, it's all situational. What happens to be unique in this situation is that we are in a season where we could go after a receiver early. So it would not make sense for us to go by position group.
I also just realized what your name was, and then we had a whole question about trading up or staying at 15.
Yeah. I don't know. But Paul said he's going to be better than his father. Paul, that is very hard to say. Marvin Harrison Jr. is, in statistic terms, the second best receiver ever behind Jerry Rice. It's like Randy Moss.
You mean Marvin Harrison Sr.?
Yeah. I think that's a tall task.
It's crazy. It's crazy
top three
talk
of all time.
I do think
it's crazy talk.
Not to discredit the kid, like he's not Bronny James, right? Like he has every bit of potential to be a superstar in the league. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. should be around that same level, hopefully, if he lives up to everything. But again, his dad was that good that it's like even if he was a superstar for the next 10 years, he might not ever catch his dad. That's just how good his dad was. It's not a discredit to him. He's going to be an incredible player. Also, as Paul says, he had Peyton. Like that helps.
Oh, 100%. It does help. But he was still having to get double covered all game. Just listen to Bill Belichick. Listen to Bill Belichick talk about Marvin Harrison.
And I mean, still, like I said, if the guy is that good, you are still going to make an average quarterback better. So regardless of that point, if you're going to make that kind of statement, he better be taking 4-yard slants for 60.
He's going to help make a midget be able to see deep. So, like,
we ain't got a midget at quarterback. Relax.
No. He's gonna help Kyler. He's gonna help Kyler look good.
Okay.
Kyler's hoping and praying that they get MHT.
Because I'm getting ready to use this example. In a couple of years, Archie Manning is going to be eligible.
Hey, he actually looked good today at his spring game.
But here's the crazy thing. It don't matter. I truly believe it don't matter how good Richardson plays. I truly feel like you're going to have part of that fan base who's going to be beating on the table, pounding on the table, bring Archie to Indianapolis simply because his uncle played here in Indianapolis. It's a name recognition thing. I truly feel
it's
like
not going to happen because we're going to be walking out with a Lombardi. So
love that. Hopefully.
That's right.
There's going to be that group of fans, the same ones that want every Hoosier and everything.
There's always those fans that are going to be like, Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to be a Colt. Frank Gore Jr. needs to be a Colt.
Yeah,
they're simply due to name recognition. That's all this is. I feel like 95% of the fan base is that way. Now, Marvin Harrison Jr. happens to be really good, like real good. So that makes it more intriguing, you know. Right now, you can say Archie Manning got to where he got simply because he's a Manning. He hasn't played yet, so you can't evaluate him.
I wouldn't say that because he broke all of Eli Manning's high school records.
I'm talking college. That means high school means nothing to me. I'm talking college.
No, but I'm saying he's at Texas because he was a really good high school quarterback.
Right.
His name has a bit of it, but he is a good quarterback as well.
He hasn't done what I'm saying is he hasn't done enough yet at the college level to sit here and say, you know, like
that we want him in Indy already.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like a large percentage of the fan base is going to be like that. Just name recognition. Oh, they got to be a Colt. Like that's all it is.
Yeah. Keo Walker saying here, he said he's calling it now. If he's eligible next year, we will draft Josh Downs' brother Caleb Downs at safety next year, and we can let Marvin Harrison Jr. go. Huh?
Oh, Caleb Downs, Josh Downs' brother Caleb Downs is eligible for the draft next year. If he comes out,
no, he's not eligible next year.
Is it 2 years? Well, Colts fans will be chattering for Downs, and we'll forget about, you know, how Marvin Harrison Jr. is this year. How everyone wants Marvin Harrison Jr. Blah, stuff like that. That's all Keo's saying.
I mean, damn, that's going to be like every year. T.Y. Hilton got a son that's going to be coming out in 3 years. So, I mean, that's going to be every year. We got to keep hearing that.
Where's his son?
He is not committed yet, but he's got offers from everywhere. Miami.
I know Purdue sent him an offer.
Purdue.
Yeah.
He got some big offers pretty much like every year.
I didn't know he was 6'4". He's taller than his pops.
Oh yeah, way big, taller and bigger than his pops. I was about to say Marvin Harrison Jr. is bigger than his pops too. Marvin Harrison was only 6 foot.
Yeah, T.Y. Hilton or Eugene Hilton, because that's what they call him.
6'4". 6'4", 180.
Yeah,
190,
beanpole.
something like that. Your dad is in the comments here, Zach. He's saying Ballard Channel is Mike Ditka. Trade all the picks for Marvy and Eaton play putt for the rest of the weekend.
I mean, I hope not, because I truly feel like if that's the only pick he made, Colts fans, any intelligent Colts fan will be pissed. But that being said, I mean, if that's the route they go, I mean, I guess I support it. But hopefully not. You want to get into this mock draft, man?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if Trev can make it back before we jump into there. Keo saying, I hope we pick Brian Thomas Jr., but I would like it more if we double dip and get Worthy and Leggett.
No, that's exactly what I feel.
I mean, just load up, make it hard, make it impossible to stop this offense.
No one gets double teamed. So, like, do that. I would be perfectly fine double dipping at receiver, getting Thomas Jr. And then, Pacers need to draft Edger's son.
Jizzle James.
From
there you go, get him.
Cincinnati. I love how he went to Cincinnati games this year and rocked the University of Miami hat regardless.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, regardless. They're playing Miami. He didn't care. He wore a UC Cincinnati shirt, a Cincinnati basketball shirt, and then a Miami Hurricanes hat. So, pops off the edge, man.
All right. So let's get this.
I'm shocked no one wants Frank Gore Jr. I don't know. Is Frank Gore Jr. really that good? Like,
he's looked good every time I've watched him.
Dude, he did everything in Mississippi State. He played quarterback, was receiver, was a running back. Like,
he's solid, but he's more a late round pick.
He's a positionless player.
Is he as big as his pops, or is he tiny?
I want to say he's about the same size as his dad.
Yeah,
his dad was built like a tank, though.
Frank Gore Jr. could go for 800 yards in this NFL. Again, I promise.
Probably.
No problem.
Probably. I didn't watch enough of him at Mississippi State. I forgot Mississippi State was even a college. I only knew about them until all that stuff with
Wait,
Brett
was he at
Favre.
Mississippi? I thought he was at Missouri State.
Ole Miss. My bad. Oh, no.
No,
Yeah, Southern
he
Miss.
was at Missouri State.
Southern
Yeah,
Miss.
he's at. I knew I was
Or
tripping.
Southern
Yeah.
Miss.
So Miss. Yeah, that's right. So Miss. Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason why I knew it was at Southern Miss was the whole Brett Favre situation. I even forgot that was a school until, it was like Brett Favre and Frank Gore Jr.
All right, everybody. Zach and Damon, if y'all can just keep those any comments that you guys see, or I don't know if either of you guys are on the
I'm not on the
position to show.
I'm not on the host.
All right. Try and keep those comments up. But yeah, folks. So what we're about to do is we're about to get into this mock draft. Hopefully Trev can get back with us. He's having some difficulties at home, but hopefully he'll jump back in here with us as soon as he can. But let's get this underway, man. And so without further ado, we are selecting for all 32 teams. And obviously everybody knows where Chicago Bears went this offseason, trading away Justin Fields. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this pick in there. It's going to be Caleb Williams, quarterback out of USC, being the first overall pick of the 2024 draft. If it'll pick for me. Get the pick in. And we got pop-ups. The pick still didn't go.
We got pop-ups. Second pick.
There we go. Second pick is on the clock. We got the Washington Commanders. Their needs are quarterback, offensive tackle, cornerback, edge, and safety. If you have any further,
This is my pick, right? So, based on how Jaden Daniels and that whole visit went, I truly think he's going to pull the Eli Manning and be like, I don't want to play here. So, I'm going to go Drake May with the second overall pick.
All right. Zach is going Drake May. Second overall pick. That's pretty much what I had for most of the year.
So, anyone who takes Drake May going to get you fired.
I agree.
Who's Mitchell Trubisky 2.0?
I agree.
Like,
I wasn't going to say anything, but this is what's going to happen. I agree.
Right. Yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen
agree.
because Jaden Daniels doesn't want to go play in Washington now after how they handled his top 30 visit. If it'll load. There we go.
There we go. And then, Damon, you are now on the clock with the number 3 overall pick for the New England Patriots. Where are you headed with the pick?
So I'm split here because they're going to do two things. They're going to take Jaden Daniels here, or they're going to trade back because they have referenced several times that they are open to trading back. But to avoid any crazy time constraints here, I'm going to go ahead and say Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels to the Patriots. I would hate to see it personally.
Me too, dude. That would be disgusting.
I don't. I think it's going to happen. I really do.
I do too.
Look at this. This is what we want, though. That's what we want. You know what I mean? So.
All right, number 4. What do I honestly? I wish I could see their roster because I don't know particularly who their receivers are.
Nobody, dog.
Yeah, I personally don't think they're going to trade out of this pick, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw that pick in there. I think they take Marvin Harrison Jr.
They traded like Rondell Moore. They ain't got nobody. Yeah, they got nobody in the desert to catch a ball that I know of.
Could you imagine if they trade back in and get Neighbors?
They could. I want to say they traded twice with the Texans, so they got to get a pick in the first round.
Just because I think that it's probably going to happen. I think the Chargers are going to take Neighbors here at 5.
I think so. Even though I feel – go ahead.
Even though they could go alt.
Yeah.
I think the smarter pick would go alt. But do you really trust Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson as your X and Z receiver? No.
I don't trust anybody in the Chargers organization.
Facts. Facts. So, yeah, it's Neighbors here at 5.
Neighbors is the pick. Malik Neighbors is headed to LA. Damon, you are on the clock with the New York Giants, unfortunately.
Ooh, you gonna
what do
take
you
JJ
got?
McCarthy?
No, I mean, their situation is kind of weird to me because I feel like O-line is probably the smartest bet for them overall.
Mhm.
But I'm not overly familiar with what their tackle situation looks like right now.
Their right tackle's a bum.
That's why I thought. So I was really leaning towards Joe Alt for them, just because I don't think receiver is the smartest pick for a team like that. If Daniel Jones is a future, so I'm gonna go Joe Alt here. I'm gonna make some things up and make it really miserable for Tennessee.
Joe Alt. Ooh. Taking the first lineman off the board. Offense is heavy right now. Come on.
Do y'all like that pick?
I actually think it's the right pick. Will the Giants do it? No. But I think that's the right pick because, like, why are we forcing quarterback when McCarthy could literally end up being Daniel Jones?
All right. This is me, right? I'm picking for the Titans.
Yeah.
All right. So me personally, I think that the Titans have to rebuild that line. They got to get back in the trenches. Looks like the Giants took Joe Alt, so they kind of did that for them. I personally think the pick is a tackle. I think Fasciano is pretty good as well. So I'm gonna take right here. Offensive line got to protect Will Levis, and try and build up for their running game. And I think that's where they go. Number 7. The Bears back on the clock.
All right. So this is me. Go ahead and select Mr. Brock Bowers to Chicago.
Bowers to Chicago, even though they just paid.
Hey, it's a 2 tight end, as many multiple weapons as possible. And if Bowers is on the board, he's better than Rome. So why not?
All right. Bowers off the board. Number 9 or number 10. I mean,
will you scroll down so we can see, pick number 10? Because we're stuck on 7.
For the New York Jets. Damon, you are the New York Jets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas Turner here.
I don't know if I can move that slider. Dallas Turner.
Yep.
To the Jets. Oh yeah, I guess they do got to replace Bryce Huff.
They need help there. I mean, they've spent the last 2 off seasons investing in the offense. Man, they gotta do something. And I think this pick makes a lot of sense with Saleh as well. So I'm gonna go there.
All right. Number 11. Whoa, where are you going? All right.
Oh, it's got our picks all backwards.
Does it?
Yeah, it had Dallas Turner go to. What is going on? It had Dallas Turner to Chicago.
Yeah, it had Brock Bowers in Atlanta.
Oh, it didn't load right. That was supposed to be Chicago.
Well, I mean, rich get richer. Kirk Cousins love having 2 nice tight ends. Hey, he's not a Colt, so I don't even care.
Brock Bowers is staying in Georgia.
Oh, that's gonna look so crazy. People are gonna be pissed off about that one. We're not picking Brock.
Here, can you refresh it and just go through it? If you want to refresh it and just go through it super quick and pick the guys, that work too. Up to you.
I would, but this thing is already moving.
It's kind of glitchy. Yeah.
You guys remember all the picks?
Yeah.
Pick
So
11.
that means Zach, instead of the Bears, who I thought it would have been
Atlanta.
Atlanta for you at number 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. Jesus.
So whose pick is it now? Damon or DeMarco's? Is yours, right?
It'd be DeMarcos.
Yeah.
Could have been me at number 11. Number 11. Oh, he's right there. Vikings want a quarterback. I'm just going to have him take J.J. McCarthy. Pick is in. All right, pick 12. Zach, who you got for the Broncos?
The Broncos.
Oh, they're all okay. They're all one off still. Yeah.
I mean, this is nuts. See, I mean, if Roma Duzier is there, obviously the Broncos probably go Roma Duzier because they just traded away
Well, they need
Judy.
a quarterback.
Well, there ain't one on the board unless they're going to reach and take. Do you take Bo Nix at 11 or 12?
The rumor is that Sean Payton loves Bo Nix.
I mean, then I guess you take Bo Nix at 12 then. Sure, you can talk me into that one. You can take Bo Nix. I don't care.
Take Bo Nix, huh? All right, let's see how far the Denver Broncos are reaching for Bo Nix.
Bro, he's like a third-round pick.
What the hell is it? Bro, are you kidding me right now?
It just restarted the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
It might work good for us though. It might. I mean, we'll be able
Is
to
there
figure it out.
another draft simulator you can use that isn't as wonky?
It's I think it's my Wi-Fi. Let me see.
Do you have a hotspot? Because I went on a hotspot. That way.
Yeah, I could try. I don't know how much faster it's gonna be. It only gets slower when I start doing the screen share.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Greg May, Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh, it's simming these picks.
Bro, what are we doing, dog? It took Rome instead of Neighbors.
Yeah, and Jalen Daniels is still there.
Oh, this is all over. Got more issues than the newspaper.
Bro. I don't like these Pro Football Focus Fantasy Draft Simulator either. Like, I just don't use it.
Yeah, definitely. The Pro Football one, they started charging for theirs.
Yeah, I saw that.
ESPN's got a mock draft simulator online. See if you can use that one. If it's still up and running.
Well, it's not letting me answer. Yeah, he's not cool. It's not even letting me make the picks.
Already.
All right, try this again now. All right, so Caleb went 1. Drake May went 2.
See if it's actually working.
If it's easier for you to just not share the screen, we can go through it that way too if it's quicker. You know what I mean? And you can just reflect every once in a while, every couple picks, we can show it.
Yeah, let me see if that.
Just see if that speeds it up a little bit, or at least helps it load quicker.
Yeah, if I can get it back. There we go. Got the pick for Caleb in there. Was it Drake May, right? Was 2. Jaden Daniels was 3.
3.
Harrison was 4.
Yeah.
Joe Alt was after that, I'm pretty sure.
Joel was 5. Neighbors was 6.
Where
Right.
you at right now?
Number 6 to the Giants.
No.
No, we
I
did.
had I had Neighbors going to the Chargers, Alt going to the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much faster without me.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know why it's slowing down so much. So back-to-back receivers. And then Alt went to New York, right? The Titans. All right, Zach, where did you go, or where did you want to go? Restarting this with
For the Broncos,
Falcons at 8.
Falcons at 8. Who's available? I don't have all the prospects in front of me.
So at 8, you have J.J. McCarthy, you have Brock Bowers, you got Dallas Turner, Roma Dunzier. Say
Chicago. Go Bowers in Chicago.
Bowers from Chicago. Right. Wait, you still want to do? No. Atlanta at 8. Who you want to?
Oh, Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner is the pick at 8. I was hoping they don't pick him. That's where everybody got him mocked to go to.
Really?
Yeah, everybody. All the media outlets, all the gurus. Everybody has Dallas Turner at 8. Damon, who you want number 9 with Chicago?
Give me Brock Bowers here.
Brock Bowers. Keep it.
Two tight end setup.
All right. As for the New York Jets, New York Jets. New York Jets. They need his receivers. I'm gonna have the Jets take. I think they need protection for Aaron Rodgers. I was gonna say receiver, but I'm gonna take Talise Fuaga. I'm gonna have them take him just because I think they need O-line. Got to protect AR. Number 11, Zach. Who you got? The Vikings taking?
McCarthy.
JJ off the board. Get quarterback to the Vikings. Damon, who you got for Denver?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, huh? All right. Let's see if we find Bo Nix. Not running back. Bo Nix. So the 33 overall player. You sure?
I'm on it.
All right, Bo Nix it is. All right, with the Raiders, I believe that would be my pick, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go Michael Penix Jr. for the Raiders.
Wow.
They go quarterback. They didn't trade up to get Jaden Daniels. So, go Michael Penix for the Raiders. These pop-ups is killing me, bro. All right, there we go. Number 14 to the New Orleans Saints. Zach, who you got the Saints taking there?
If Romaduzier is there, Saints are going Romaduzier.
You think so?
Yeah,
Even though
why
they don't need a receiver?
I really don't.
Why not? Bro, you got Derek Carr, who's a chump. Add another weapon. Why not?
All right.
Damon, you're picking for the Colts.
Damon, who you got our Colts taking?
I mean, if Terrion Arnold is there, as bad as I want receiver, we can trade up and get whoever we really want. I would have to take Terrion Arnold. I mean, or Verse. You know,
And to me, it's Verse over everybody else.
Yeah, you know what, Edge.
Picking for the Colts, Damon.
Man, but you know, man, my problem with Verse is all I see is bull rush out of him. That's all I see out of bull rush. Bull rush. We already have Quiddy, who does bull rush, 0 finesse edge. Wow, you know what? I'm sticking to my guns here, man. I have to go Terrion Arnold. We can't walk off on a talent like that, dude.
All right.
I'm sorry, Zach. I'm sorry. I'm not going Jared Verse and to be Quiddy 2.0 here. That's that.
No, I feel you. I think he has better pass rush moves. I get it. You went best player available. Like I said, he's one of the three who I think if he's there, the Colts would take. So
Turner would be my first choice. You know what I mean? So
right.
But I'm going Terrion Arnold. Sorry to leave, a little bit of meat on the bone there.
Help the Seahawks. I think they're gonna go with some O-line help, and
yes.
I think not many better or larger than Amarius Mims. They got a new regime going over there. Look at him. Zach, who you going with for the Jacksonville Jaguars? They need corner, wide receiver, defensive tackle, offensive tackle, and guard.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Ugh, I would be so sick, bro.
Me too.
Sick to my stomach. And Damon, who you got going 18 to the Bengals?
Put Verse in there.
Verse?
They're not going to.
Are you sure?
Nasty.
Yeah. Trey Hendrickson, Verse.
That'd be nasty because I think Verse has a little bit more upside as a pure pass rusher. So, yeah.
I think you can't go wrong with Latu, man.
Honestly, I think the pick is Johnny Newton. In real life, if Johnny Newton, the big old D tackle from Illinois, is there at 18, I think that's exactly who the Bengals end up taking.
Oh, I think this is a perfect setup for the Rams. They can go edge, they can go Quinton Mitchell, but I think because of the fact that they lost Aaron Donald, I think it'd be good to add a pass rusher in there that you know is going to get right to the quarterback. They take Latu. Zach, you got with the Steelers.
They're going to take Troy Fananu out of Washington.
Go offensive line, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do got two quarterbacks over there. Miami's on the clock. What you think they do, Damon? Offensive guard, tackle, D tackle, our receiver, cornerback is what the site has them rated for on who they should take.
Yeah. I'm going to go that tackle out of Bama personally for them. This is going to be a heavy offensive draft in this first round. This is kind of crazy.
This is exactly the way everybody's predicting it to be. 22 for the Eagles would be me. I honestly think the Eagles need more cornerback help than anything.
That'd be a steal.
So could you imagine?
Absolute freaking steal.
That's just their luck. That is their luck, dude.
I would,
straight up.
As someone who can't stand Philadelphia sports in general, I would be disappointed.
You got the Vikings, Zach, with their second first round pick.
Go ahead and slide Johnny Newton in there.
Ooh, that's a real
They need.
that's a lead right there.
I mean, they were a liability in the run game last year, and we play them this year, and they'll be terrible in the run game also. So
He said they go draft a D tackle and stay terrible.
they're gonna stay terrible.
Zach, who you got? Or Damon, who you got for the Dallas Cowboys, man, with the 24th overall pick?
This is gonna be interesting for me. I think Byron Murphy makes so much sense for here. I really
Well,
do.
they're gonna go Cooper DeJean because they want that flexibility in that defense, man.
You think so? But they already have some safeties. They getting
Corner help.
back.
They're gonna
Yeah,
They're getting
yeah,
Diggs
corner.
back.
yeah. They're gonna go Byron
They
Murphy here.
They got Deron Bland.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Byron Murphy here. I think that's the. I mean, it just makes a lot of sense for me.
Really?
Yeah, it does. I mean,
All right, Murphy. You gonna piss off Cowboys fans? They gonna stay
Cowboys
mad.
fans gonna get big mad, dog.
why are they gonna get mad? Why are they gonna get mad?
So for the Green Bay Packers, I'm not even gonna act like I know this pick. I know they they always get it off, but I know what's his name? Forget his name from the Pat McAfee show, but I know he's been banging on the table for Cooper DeJean, and he loves him, and he would run that pick in. So I'm gonna go that for them. I know they did get a safety this offseason, but I think they can fit him in that corner.
Yo, you think
Tom
Ty would be
Diggs. Or
Ty Schmidt? You think Ty Schmidt would be mad if they went Cooper DeJean?
no, he wants him.
Oh, Tampa. You got your boy Chop right in front of you. That's who y'all are taking. 26. That'd be nasty. Chop.
There we go. Arizona's back on the clock with the 27th pick. Damon, who you got them taking? They took Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first round.
Yeah.
Where do you
Yeah.
think they go?
They're gonna pull an Anquan Larry Fitzgerald move here, and they're gonna go Adonai Mitchell out of Texas.
Oh, damn.
Ryan Mitchell out of Texas. Load up on receiver, huh?
Wait, didn't Adonai? Where'd he transfer from? OSU, right?
Alabama.
Bama. Okay, I was like, Red School. I think it was.
So you do want Mitchell, right?
Yep.
All right. Buffalo Bills are on the clock. With these receivers that are left here on the board, I know from Brandon Beam saying that they would take the best available. I think that's a tough one. I for sure know they're going receiver.
I'd try
Trying to
down.
think of who would be the better fit for them. But I think they would go Keon Coleman here, man. I don't know why, but I for some reason think that would be the pick for them.
I see it.
I just think that I feel like Xavier Worthy doesn't really fit their style.
No,
But number 29, Zach, you're on the clock with the Lions. Who do you think they take?
The Lions are a man-on-man defense.
Yep.
So I think Nate
best
Wiggins.
man-to-man corner sitting.
I think
right
Nate
there.
Wiggins sitting in their lap is a gift from God itself. They're going to take him.
Nate Wiggins, you or a Detroit Lion. Oh, number 30, Damon, you were on the clock with the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got? They need a wide receiver, guard, pass rusher, safety, tackle. As far as the site says, unless you have any further news you think they would go.
I think they're gonna go. I mean, this is a tough one for me. I'm really feeling a worthy pick here, especially whenever.
I
But
was kind of thinking the same thing, but they
I
already
remember how
got
Hollywood
Flowers.
worked out, and I remember how Hollywood worked out for them too. And I think Hollywood and him are super comparable guys, just in terms of what they're capable of. So I think I'm gonna go guard here. Yeah.
Which one? Or both of those guys are centers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Graham Barton out of Duke.
Barton out of Duke.
All right, San Francisco 49ers are sitting there on the clock. Damn. I don't know why I didn't think of it, because I thought that they would have made a trade with somebody for Brandon Ayuk and probably took a different receiver. Should have thought of that sooner. But their back end had a little bit of trouble in that Super Bowl. I'm gonna have them take Kool-Aid. I think that's a good fit for them.
Oh, I liked Kool-Aid I thought Kool-Aid to Kansas City would be just.
I don't think they go. I think this lined up perfectly for Zach to make the who everybody would not want to go to Kansas. I think it lines up perfectly.
Xavier Worthy's going to end up in KC if he's there, because he's going to be exactly what Tyree Hill used to be. Run them deep and sell them cheap, dog. So
that's what you want there?
Xavier Worthy going to the Kansas City Chiefs at 32.
That's exactly the way I would have saw that. It's crazy how fitting that worked out for them.
Yo, the Colts are going to trade to 33 and take Tyler Nubin, though. That's a fact.
Wouldn't that be something?
Bro, I'd be ecstatic.
There it is. The number 1 overall pick being Caleb Williams. I think everybody saw that coming. And then you got Xavier Worthy sitting there at 32. Sorry, Luis, that it was pretty bad for you. My internet was kind of shaking up with the sharing, but thought it was pretty good. Paul Nelson, our pick at 15 was Terrion Arnold, so we went cornerback there. So
that was a hard one for me, man. That was a hard one to walk off on.
I mean, you go ahead, DeMarco.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I thought it was a pretty interesting go-around to see who you guys would take for other teams, not only just where I would think that players would go, but I thought it was pretty interesting to see how everything shook out. And I think some of it, I thought it was pretty mixed. I thought it was good to see, like, from what everybody else's perspectives as far as analysts and people who do their mocks and whatnot. I thought it was pretty solid. I love Terrion Arnold. I wish he was a receiver at 15.
Yeah,
bro. If he's the pick at 15, I'll truly be mad.
I wouldn't be mad personally,
because
I
would be okay. I won't be mad. I'll be disappointed because, like, to me, the pick for me in my order is I want Verse or Brian Thomas Jr. 1A and 1B, and then Arnold is the third option there.
I'm surprised Damon didn't try and trade up. I think you might have forgot because you were supposed to be, or no, you were 3 the whole time.
I was. Now was a thought, but man, I don't know.
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of trading in this draft. Like, unless you're a quarterback needy team, I truly feel like teams that have quarterbacks or just teams in general are pretty content sitting where they're at.
I don't know if either of you guys had any questions about any of the picks that were on there, or did you guys question any of the picks that were made?
I think it'd be really crazy to have 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round.
You think so?
Bro,
it's definitely a possibility, though.
Penix Jr., McCarthy, Daniels, May, and Williams. I think that'd be a record. 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round. I think it's highly unlikely. I think one of them dudes are going to fall, whether it be Penix Jr., Nix. I mean, no one's talking about Drake May, but he could even slip. I don't think he will. But, I mean, there's just in my opinion, 6 quarterbacks is a lot. And the run on offensive players, yeah, we could see a draft where most of the defensive studs get taken in the second half of the first round, and there still be a ton of defensive players left that get picked early in the second. Like, that's my prediction. Like, a lot of them 30s to mid 40 picks are probably going to be your defensive players taken that are still there.
Yeah, I think that's totally accurate. That is going to be pretty crazy to see all those players that we did go off of in the first round.
The only thing is, do you think the Cardinals, the teams that have multiple picks, so the Cardinals, the Vikings, do you one other team I thought had multiple picks? Maybe it's the Cardinals and Vikings are it. But do you really think the Cardinals double up and go receiver? Is that a realistic possibility?
I think it is. I
thought they would have went. I know Damon picked corner there, but I thought they would have went receiver or not corner. I thought they would have went corner instead of going receiver. But I did like what Damon did as far as mixing it up, and then a lot of what Colts fans would like to do sometime, or part of it is double down at receiver. So I wasn't totally mad at it. You can go ahead and expand on that, Damon.
No need to. But I don't know. I'm gonna stick to my choices there. But
why did you make the second pick a receiver?
Why did I?
Yeah.
Because who do they have at receiver?
Outside of Harrison Jr., nobody.
And if they're sticking to Kyler Murray, I mean, the best iteration we saw of him is whenever he was in a better spot at receiver. Although he did look pretty good at the end of the season with what he had. You can make the argument for them to go defense there and give Gannon some help. But
Jacob Hillenbrand.
You saying IU to the Colts for the 15th straight up pick?
I would do that.
I would do it.
I think it's going to cost a little bit more than the 15th.
Yeah.
It's going to probably cost either a first and a second in this year's draft, or a first in this year's draft and a potential second and third potentially in next year's draft. But either way, I certainly like it.
Yeah, Dave Stewart is also saying I think there will be at least 3 trades in the first. Truly believe the Colts will trade back. I hope not.
Possibility.
Hey, Dave, I think you saw my tweet. That was my tweet.
R.I.P. Bill Tobin.
But R.I.P. Bill, man. R.I.P. Bill. Yeah, I posted that one. With the wide receiver draft, I say no, plus money, no way. Yeah, I wouldn't trade for Ayuk either just because of the money when you can get somebody on a fresh rookie contract. I'd rather personally trade up than trade the pick for a receiver.
Plus, I don't know if the Colts could actually trade down for Purcell. And I would love this. I really like Ricky Purcell's, or is it Purcell or Purcell? Pearsall. I really like Ricky Purcell's tape. And the connection he already has with AR, being that they were college teammates and I think roommates. So, to me, that's a natural fit. Do I think that getting 2 mid receivers in Purcell and Worthy is as good as getting one Brian Thomas? No. I would love to get Brian Thomas and then also get a Worthy, or then also get a Pearsall. But I certainly, if I had to pick my 2, I would take Pearsall over Worthy. It's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we don't trade down personally.
Fair.
Trade back. I obviously want Brian Thomas Jr. because I think you just get so explosive putting the ball in that guy's hands. And I think it just opens up so much space for this offense. But, yeah, man, I wouldn't be mad at Ricky, but I think that we would go I personally think the way I think that the draft could possibly shake out is we go Brian Thomas Jr., Newbin, second round, and then another receiver in the third, possibly.
You think he falls down that far?
To 46?
Yeah, Newbin falls down that far?
Yeah. I think for some reason, people, the league is just valuing safeties the same way they did running backs a while back. So,
I think he's going to be the steal of the draft. So if he falls to Indy, that would make my night. I would love that. Let's not forget, folks, we got a Thursday night special this week due to the NFL draft. We're going to be live when that starts. Don't know how late after the Colts pick, but we're going to be live. Some of
We
us
will
will be
try our
on here.
best.
DeMarco's Ugly Mug will be on here. I'm pretty sure my Ugly Mug will be on here. Hopefully,
We
Dama's
will
Ugly Mug will be on here.
Try our best.
Like to get Matt's Ugly Mug back on here, but he's currently
I believe
dealing
he
with
said
some
May, so it might not be until after.
right. He's currently dealing with some military job stuff, and same with Trevor. But either way, draft special coming at you on Thursday night, whatever time the draft starts, and then whenever, at least until after the Colts pick.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be on a good hour and a half.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, man. Sorry, Trev couldn't be with us, and sorry for my slow connection there with the screen sharing on there. But it would have worked out a lot better if it didn't go a little bit slower. But we got through it. We made it through. We made some picks. I sent this out pretty much everywhere. So pretty much other teams, y'all can tell us what you like, don't like about the picks that we've made. But keep checking us out, man. We're gonna keep working for everybody. Try and keep building up. We like we say every week, we got new merch sitting there, got our new logos up there, so please go check us out. We are on all platforms. We were included on Instagram today. I got it up there. But appreciate everybody who bared with us and sat through. Can't wait to get to this draft, man. Can't wait to get it over with. But obviously, we got Thursday and Friday and Saturday, so don't forget about the other days. We know we all love our first round picks. But appreciate everybody who came through tonight. And don't ever forget, go Colts.
Go Colts, everybody. Bye-bye.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes. Pittman